Okay, so we can start. Paldies, ka esat sanākuši šajā piekdienas vakarā uz mūsu projekta atklāšanas pasākumu Attālināti. Thank you for coming on this Friday evening for our project opening event remotely. Sakarā ar COVID-19 situāciju mēs diemžēl nevaram tikties klātienē, un šī tā iespēja būt attālināti kopā. Due to the COVID-19 situation, unfortunately, we aren't able to get together in person, but this is a chance to get together online. So mūsu projekts Oriented on Orientalism ir Eiropas Solidaritātes Korpusa Solidaritātes projekts. Our project Oriented on Orientalism is a solidarity project of the European Solidarity Corps. Taču sākam iepazīstināt ar projektu. Mums jāzina kaut kas par terminu orientālisms. Un before we begin to introduce the project, we need to know about the term Orientalism and is it positive or negative. Tātad vai termins orientālisms ir pozitīvs vai negatīvs. Tādēļ orientālisms parādās kā termins un vairāk zināms Edvarda Saīda grāmatā Orientalisms. Orientalism is seen as a term and more known because of Edward Said's book called Orientalism. Edvards Saids savā grāmatā atklāja, kādēļ rietumu nepatiesiem pieņēmumu par austrumu zemēm dominē vairāk kā 200 gadus un kā tas ietekmē to, kā mēs rietumi redzam austrumus mūsdienās. Un secinājumi pēc grāmatas ir, kad rietumu valstis savu personīgo interešu dēļ sludināja nepatiesu informāciju par austrumiem. Daži 19. gadsimta orientālisti centās pētīt un saprast austrumus, taču agrākās formas orientālismas un šī orientālisma veida domāšana stāvēja ceļā, lai redzētu un iepazītu šīs nācijas patiesi. Trešais ir stereotipi jau, kas ir veidojušies no 1973. gada naftas krīzes laikā, ka arābi mazāk civilizēti nekā amerikāņi ir rietumu cilvēki. Un pats pēdējais, kad arābi, musulmaņi, islāma kultūra ir drauds rietumiem. Kopsavilkumā rietumu sabiedrībai nepareizi izveidoti uzskati, stereotipi, negatīva un nepatiesa informācija par austrumiem. So I'm going to translate this all that I said in Latvian and English. Edward Said reveals in his book Orientalism why the West's false assumptions about the East have dominated for more than 200 years and how it affects the way we see the East today. First summary from the book is that Western countries preached false information about the East for their own personal interests. Second of all, is some 19th century Orientalists tried to explore and understand the East more, but earlier forms of Orientalism and this kind of Orientalistic thinking stood in the way of seeing and getting to know these nations for real. The third is that stereotypes already formed about Arabs during the 1973 oil crisis, that Arabs are less civilized than Americans, Westerners. Fourth is that Arabs, Muslims, Islamic culture is a threat to the West. So in summary, Western society has misconceptions, stereotypes and negative false information about the East. Taču mūsu projekts šo terminu, tā teikt, apgriezīs un atstās pozitīvu iespaidu. But our project will take this term and twist it and will leave a positive influence. Tādēļ, kamēr mēs dosimies uz priekšu un pirms mūsu projekts tika realizēts, ir vajag zināt tā pamatus. Before our project was implemented, it's necessary to know its roots. Tātad mēs projekta galvenie dalībnieki esam Latvijas Universitātes 2. gada Āzijas studiju studenti, kuri studē Āzijas valodas, kultūru, vēsturi, reliģiju un visu, kas ir saistīts ar Āzijas reģionu. The main participants in the project are second-year students of the Department of Asian Studies at the University of Latvia who study Asian languages, culture, history, religion, and everything related to the Asian region. 2020. gada rudenī mums bija iespēja piedalīties pasākumos un izglītojošos sarunu vakaros ar dažādu kultūru un valstu pārstāvjiem, radošu apvienību jauniešiem TREPES. In the fall of 2020, we had the opportunity to participate in the events and educational talks with representatives of different cultures and countries at the Creative Association for Youth TREPES, kas arī palīdzēja mums realizēt mūsu pašu iniciatīvu, valodas kafejnīcu, kur mēs mācījām latviešu valodu ārzemniekiem, iebraucējiem, bēgļiem un patvērumu meklētājiem, which also helped us to realize our own initiative, Language Cafe, where we would teach Latvians to foreigners, immigrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. Neskatoties uz to, ka klātienē varējām tikties ar šiem cilvēkiem ļoti maz dēļ epidemioloģiskās situācijas pasliktināšanās valstī, mums jau pietika ar to, lai saprastu, ka mēs to gribam turpināt un palīdzēt, jo cilvēki, ko mēs satikām, bija draudzīgi un bija patīkami viņus mācīt. Despite the fact that we were able to meet those people in person very little due to the deteriorating epidemiological situation in Latvia, it was enough for us to realize that we wanted to continue and help because the people we met were friendly and it was pleasant to teach them. Lai realizētu šo ideju, biedrība TREPES mums piedāvāja uzrakstīt projektu. Mums bija ideja, mums bija iespēja un arī tādā veidā mēs iegūsim pieredzi. In order to make this idea come to life, the association TREPES offered us to write a project. We had an idea, we had an opportunity, and that is how we will gain experience. Šeit jūs redzat mūsu projekta komandu, kas ir šovakar šeit, vai lielākā daļa. Here you can see our project's team who are also here this evening. So the first one to talk about themselves is Alise. Pirmā, kas var pastāstīt par sevi, būs Alise. Alise, lūdzu.
Labdien, mani sauc Alise. Kā jau Elizabete minēja, esmu otrā kursa students Latvijas Universitātē, Āzijas studijās, konkrēti mācos arābu valodu. Mani interese vispār par tuvajiem austrumiem sākās jau bērnībā, kad bērndārzā sapņoju kļūt par Ēģiptes arheologu, bet pēc tam ar laiku iepazinu plašāku šo reģionu un sapratu, ka vispār arābu kultūra par sevi ir ļoti interesanta, tādēļ arī aizgāju studēt. Man vispār ļoti patīk palīdzēt cilvēkiem un ļoti patīk arī komunicēt, kā arī esmu vienmēr gatava atvērti iemācīties kaut ko jaunu, gan praktiski, gan teorētiski. Protams, galvenais projekta mērķis ir nevis tikai iegūt pieredzi, bet palīdzēt cilvēkiem. So, good evening, my name is Alice. As my colleague already mentioned, I am a student also from University of Latvia, Asian Studies, studying exactly Arabic language. My interest in Arabic world sparked already in my childhood when I wanted to become an archaeologist in Egypt, but then I got to know more about the region of the Arab countries, and I understood that Arabic culture in general is very interesting. So yes, for this, I really I enjoy talking to people, helping people, and I am always open to learn something new in practice or in theory. And yes, the main goal, of course, in this project is not only to gain experience, but to help people.
Paldies. Nākošā būs Anna, bet diemžēl viņa nevarēja šovakar piedalīties, bet es par viņu pastāstīšu. So unfortunately, this evening, Anna is not here with us online, but I will talk about her. Anna studēja japāņu valodu un tās kultūru. No bērnības jau interesē viss, kas ir saistīts ar Japānu. Viņai patīk komunicēt ar cilvēkiem, palīdzēt tiem un arī viņus atbalstīt. Projektā vēlas iegūt pieredzi komunikācijā ar citu tautību pārstāvjiem, iegūt plašas zināšanas par citām tautām un kultūrām, kā arī pasniedzēt pieredzi. Anna is studying Japanese and its culture. Everything related to Japan has been of interest since childhood. She enjoys communicating with people, helping them and supporting them. The project wants to gain, in the project, she wants to gain experience in communication with representatives of other nationalities, gain extensive knowledge of other nations and cultures, as well as the experience of a teacher. Un nākamais mums ir Daniels. Varbūt Daniela pastāstīs par sevi.
Yes, of course. Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniels, and I'm also a student in University of Latvia in Asian studies program, studying Middle East and Arabic language. And for me, it's also something I'm very interested in Asia, in studying culture, in learning history. Also, from since I was a child, a kid, uh, I very much was interested in history. And for me, how I got here, how I even decided that I wanted to study Arabic, because it's in Latvia, it's a very unusual choice. And sometimes people like look at you in a strange way when you say it, and they always ask, why did you choose something like that? And for me, when I started to think about my higher education in high school, it was in when I was about like 17, 18 years old. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, to study law, and then I went to Riga for these courses they had, in also in University of Latvia. I wanted in Faculty of Law, and I went to these some of these courses, and I experienced a bit of how would it be like to study law, and I understood that it's actually not for me, and that maybe I should study history, but I didn't look at the requirements for in the Faculty of History, because they wanted for me to complete an exam, a high school exam in history, and I didn't do it, and it was all too late in the summer when I was looking at what program should I choose. I see they require exam in history. Okay, I guess it won't be an option anymore. And then, but before that, even in high school, I was also thinking about studying a language, some language that would be hard enough for me not to learn it on my own, to learn it in university. And I thought it would be Chinese. And I was looking at how many budget places they have, budget places when you can study 1 year for free. And Chinese had less than Arabic, and I thought, well, one of my choices was Chinese, but in the end, I chose Arabic as my first priority, because it was easier to get in this budget place where government is paying, like, it's yes, not exactly paying for your studies, but making them for you for free. And I don't regret my choice. I think it was I was very lucky to choose this, because this program has everything I was ever interested in: history, philosophy, literature, and language, and something that will be, I think, very useful in the future. And I also I'm working right now in Latvian Red Cross in a refugee center, shelter, as a social mentor, and I also like to do it. And I'm happy I'm here. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Paldies, Daniel. Thank you, Daniels. So it's my turn, and I'm Elizabete. Man sauc Elizabete. Un esmu arābu valodas studente un topošā tuvu austrumu eksperte, cerams. And I'm studying Arabic language, and I'm a future expert on the Middle East. So man interesē pasaules kultūras un valodas, so I'm interested in world cultures and languages. Man arī interesē multikulturāla vide un sadarbība ar dažādu etnosu, kultūru un reliģiju pārstāvjiem. I'm interested in multicultural environment and cooperation with representatives of different ethnic groups, cultures, and religions. The way that I decided to study specifically Arabic language and about Middle East was kind of not planned, because my first choice was actually medicine, but that didn't work out. So I decided to do the next best thing, which is learn Arabic. And I also I used to have like this idea of maybe I wanted to study something about Egyptology or about ancient Egypt, but I guess now that I'm here, I think this is what I was supposed to do, and I like it. I don't regret it. I have a really good experience until now, and I hope I will have a much bigger experience. And like that's it. Es varbūt esmu gribēju izvēlēties studēt tā teikt par Ēģipti un seno Ēģipti, bet es īsti nekad nedomāju par to mācīties. Man pirmā izvēle bija patiesībā medicīna, bet tas nesanāca, un tāpēc izvēlējos studēt nākošo labāko lietu, kas ir arābu valoda, tuvie austrumi, un es sagaidu no tā, ka tā man būs liela pieredze, it īpaši daudz dažādu etnosu un kultūru cilvēkiem, un man būs šis skatījums uz pasauli, kad mēs esam kopīgi, mēs visi dzīvojam globālā pasaulē, mums, tā sakot, mēs visi esam viens un visi esam viens. Jā. Tad nākošais būs Kristaps, kas varētu pastāstīt par sevi. Kristap, your turn.
Es ceru, ka mani var labi dzirdēt. Tātad sveiki visiem, mani sauc Kristaps. Es esmu Latvijas universitātes students, studēju arābu valodu, un es esmu tas cilvēks, kurš palīdzēs mācīties latviešu valodu un labāk izprast latviešu kultūru. So, my name is Kristaps. I am studying the Arabic language in the Latvian University, and I am the person who will help you with learning the Latvian language and to better understand the Latvian culture. That's it.
Thank you. So, šī ir mūsu viena no pirmajām valodas kafejnīcām, kur mēs vedām klātienē. So this was one of the first language cafes that we held in person. And as you can see, we really tried, we had a little bit of chaotic way of teaching, because every person knew a little bit more, a little bit less. So it was a little bit chaotic, but it was still fun. We still wanted to do it. And yeah. Sākumā tas bija mazliet haotiski mācīšanas stils, jo katram valodas zināšanas bija vairāk, mazāk, bet mums tāpat bija tā griba mācīt un darīt. Un jā, šeit ir mūsu pirmā satikšanās projekta rakstīšanai. Here you can see this is our first meeting to write a project. And as you can also see, this was like the way that the name was created on a white piece of paper. Alise even wrote it. So, yeah. Un šeit mūsu pirmais projekta nosaukums uz balta papīras lapas. Alise tieši to uzrakstīja. Un, ja mēs runājam par projektu, mūsu projekts fokusējas uz dažādām problēmām, kuras tiešām varētu atrisināt un var atrisināt. Projektu mērķis ir attīstīt toleranci citam par citu, solidaritāti, multikulturālu vidē un kultūru apmaiņu. Ar savu projektu vēlamies sadarboties ar iebraucējiem, kuriem nepieciešama palīdzība ātrāk integrēties mūsu kultūrā un sabiedriskajā dzīvē. So our project focuses on various problems that should be resolved and can be solved. The aim of the project is to develop tolerance for each other, solidarity in a multicultural environment, and cultural exchange. With our project, we want to cooperate with immigrants who need help to integrate faster into our culture and public life. Un mūsu projekta galvenās aktivitātes ir valodas kafejnīcas, svinam svētkus, atbalsta grupa un lekcijas. So the main project activities are language cafe, svinam svētkus, support group, and lectures. Regarding language cafe, the language cafe is designed for individuals representing the Asian region who are speaking Arabic, Japanese, Chinese, and other languages, because the Asian region is really huge, and there are people who are coming even India is a part of them. So even Indian people who are living here and who actually want to learn Latvian are welcome. So if you're, the most important thing is that if you're willing to learn, we are offering you to help to learn Latvian and to easier integrate, and also to make this a place for you to be more comfortable and actually maybe make a life here. Par valodas kafejnīcu plānot individiem, kas pārstāv Āzijas reģionu, arābu valodu, japāņu, ķīniešu un citas valodas, piemēram, tāpat indiešu valodā runājušie cilvēki, un galvenais ir, kad viņi vēlas nākt un viņi vēlas iemācīties un tādā veidā palīdzēt viņiem vieglāk integrēties mūsu sabiedrībā. Un latviešu apmācība iebraucējiem starpvalodas būs angļu un arābu. Protams, ja būs iespēja, tad, un ja būs nepieciešamība, arī japāņu un cerams arī ķīniešu. Latvian language training for immigrants, refugees, asylum seekers, anyone who wants to learn the Latvian language. Interlanguages are going to be English and Arabic, and probably other languages if needed. Nodarbības būs 4 reizes mēnesī, 2 teorētiskās un 2 semināri, kas būs praktiskās. So classes will be 4 times a month, 2 theoretical and 2 seminars, which are going to be practical. Also homeworks and individual approach, depending on language acquisition, mentor plus mentoree. And mājas darbi, individuāli pieeja atkarībā no valodas apguves. Mums arī ir tāda iespēja, ka mēs veidojam, ka mēs esam mentori, viņi mums ir mentorējumie, un tad veidojās šī individuāla pieeja. Pirmās nodarbības jau ir 19. februārī un 26. februārī. So today, this month we have only 2, but starting from next month, we're going to have 4. So the first classes are going to be on 19th of February and 26th of February. We also have support group. So in this support group, it's going to be a safe space to discuss everything and for people to have a sense of community. So they actually are more invited into the society. Like we are supporting you, we are going to be helping you, and it's going to help participants to feel like a full part of society. And it's mostly meant for individuals who represent the Asian region. And regarding the practical lessons and lectures, aizmirsu pateikt latviski, atbalsta grupa fokusējas uz iebraucējiem, kas pārstāv Āzijas reģionu, arī pieeja mentors mentoram. So the support group approach is also going to be on the side as individual approach. So we're going to be mentors. So language cafe and support group is going to be like intertwining. So you're going to have a mentor who will help you with the Latvian language and also going to help you with daily tasks, which is a part of the support group. Praktiskās nodarbības arī vairāk fokusēsies uz iebraucējiem, taču var apmeklēt tie, kam interesē. The practical classes are more focusing on the immigrants, but anyone can attend if you're interested. Also, we're going to have lectures about mental health, physical health, and stress to everyone who is interested. Un lekcijas par garīgo veselību, fizisko veselību un stresu visiem, kam interesē. Un tas notiksies katru 2. mēnesi. So practical lessons and lectures are going to be every 2nd month. One thing to mention about the support group is planned to be held only once a month, but it might be even each week. And it's based on how much the communication is going to be from the other side. So the participants, so if they're going to need to have more of these support groups, or they want to have the support group more, we will arrange that just so the communication is, the only thing is to have is a strong communication between us and them. So regarding sakarā svinam svētkus, mēs vietējai sabiedrībai prezentēsim izglītojušas lekcijas par Āzijas kultūru, tradīcijām, svētkiem. So svinam svētkus is going to be educational lectures for the local community, in Latvia on Asian culture, traditions, and celebrations. Iebraucējiem par Latvijas kultūru un svētkiem. So for immigrants, it's going to be about Latvian culture and holidays. And it's going to be happening every month from 1 to 3 events. It's going to be depending on the month. And the first event is already on 12th of February, which is going to be Chinese New Year. So everyone's welcome. Un katru mēnesi būs no 1 līdz 3 pasākumiem. Tas būs atkarībā no mēneša. Un pirmais pasākums jau būs 12. februārī, kas būs ķīniešu jaunais gads un visi laipni aicināti. Yeah. Un projekta organizēšana Covid-19 situācijas laikā, diemžēl mēs nevaram tikties, mēs nevaram tiešām organizēt īstus svētkus, īstas svinības, tādēļ visi pasākumi tiks, visas pasākuma nodarbības notiks attālināti, kamēr epidemioloģiskā situācija valstī nav droša, un pēc iespējas ātrāk, kad būs iespēja, tad tas notiks klātienē. So all events and classes will take place remotely until the epidemiological situation in the country is secure, and when possible, as soon as possible. When we're going to have everything happening in place, in person. Un par turpmākiem pasākumiem un jaunumiem par projektu varēs sekot Facebookā, Creative Association for Youth TREPES lapā, vai mūsu dalībnieku sociālos tīklos, Instagram, Facebookā, arī integrācijas lapās. Un, yeah. Following the events and news about the project, and Facebook is going to be available in the Creative Association for Youth TREPES Facebook page or on social media, Instagram, Facebook of the project organizers. So this is going to be for the question part. Tātad jautājumu sadaļā, vai kādam ir jautājumi? Does anyone have any questions? Even the participants and the organizers?
Yes, please tell us when were the first events that will take place. I think it was on the year after, then the week after next week, right? Just for our guests to know exactly. And yes, please tell your friends also that they are welcomed here. It's not like in person you need to go somewhere far. You just need an internet connection and the device, and just connect to the Zoom, and you're with us on an event.
Yeah. So the first event is going to be on 12th, the Svinam Svētkus, where everyone is welcome, but it's more focusing on to the Latvian society, which is going to be Chinese New Year. The next one is on 19th of February, Language Cafe. So this is going to be the first language cafe of the project. And we're going to talk about the Latvian alphabet, because we're going to be starting from the start, from the basics. So Latvian alphabet, the pronunciation, word reading. So we're going to be focusing more on the pronunciation of the letters and pronunciation of the words. So because I feel like the most important part of learning a language is to understand how the language sounds, how the letters sound, so you can pronounce it. It's the same for us when we were starting to learn Arabic and all the letters. Of course, we learn the letters every lesson, few letters, but since this is Latvian language, we're gonna be a little bit more pushy on you, but it's nothing to worry about. So we just want to really help you, and we want to teach you how to speak Latvian, how to write Latvian, how to understand Latvian. So that's gonna be on 19 starting. I think it's gonna be either 6 or 6:30. You'll get information on Facebook, or you can send an email and to orientedOnOrientalism@gmail.com, and you can send a phone number so we can add you to the group if you want to participate. And the next one is on 26th, so it's going to be the other language cafe. We're still putting exactly what are we going to teach you that time, and maybe we will have the practical instead of the theoretical, but we will try to do our best to make it less as a schoolwork and make it more make it more fun and interactive. So it's not going to be like, oh, it's school again, I have to do homework. No, that's why we come in. We come in as your mentors, and if you need individual help, we will help you. Any more questions from anyone? Vēl kādi jautājumi?
Amar, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Tell your friends you can learn Latvian here.
Okay, I already told them.
Which date was it again?
The first one is 19.
19,
Friday.
yes.
Yeah.
Will anyone inform us then?
Yeah. There's gonna be information. I will also notify Daniel. So there's gonna be Facebook posts, a Facebook event. We also have a Facebook group where the materials are going to be posted. And also, if you don't have Facebook, because some people don't, we're gonna try to send you all the materials to an email, or if you have WhatsApp. So we're gonna find an approach to still help you if you don't even have a Facebook group or Facebook profile to join the group.
Okay. So why none of you are not interested in South Asian languages? All are interested in Arabic, Japanese, Chinese, Middle East and East Asia. Why anyone not interested in South Asian languages like India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal?
Honestly, I don't know. I think personally it's very interesting to learn languages in general, but in Latvia, I don't think that we have opportunity to learn Indian or other languages. But our professor,
just simply not an option.
Yeah, it's not an option. And I think our professor, Taiwan's.
No, I just asked it.
Yeah, it's completely fine. This is like a discussion part, so we can discuss. But yeah,
Okay.
it's just not an option here in Latvia.
Okay.
We don't really have the professors to teach it. We used to have some, but they have left the country or the university for some reasons. So if we would want, we couldn't really choose to study, for example, Indian language.
Okay. Because especially Indian language is very romantic.
Actually,
Perhaps.
we have like Latvian is Indo-European language, so it would be very interesting. We have heard some words in Indian that are similar to Latvian, so and also the grammar. So it actually would be interesting someday.
Okay.
What is your native language, Amar?
My native language is Bengali.
Well, perhaps maybe on one occasion you could teach to us or others some of Bengalese if you would like.
Okay, no problem. I am always ready.
Sometime in the future, perhaps, because we have in our university we have studied a little bit of South Asian history and Southeast Asian history, but yes, the language is unfortunately not an option.
Okay.
Kādi jautājumi? Any more questions?
No, from me.
Okay, so maybe we can all take a picture together. What do you say about that?
With webcams on.
Okay, maybe we can take a picture. So let's just make it so you can see everyone, or at least those who are showing their cameras. So maybe there's another question that you want to ask. Okay. So is everyone smiling? Is everyone smiling? 3, 2, 1. Okay. How about another one, or that's enough?
Yeah, maybe we can take another one.
Another one. Okay. Maybe someone will come up with another question or something else. Oh, another question. Did everyone wrote in the chat their name and surname? Because we need to write the participants who are participating in these events. Everyone, because they only see a few people, but we are much more.
Actually, Amar Barua is not my real name, it's my nickname.
Okay.
Well,
I just put my nickname. My real name is C. Panna Bhadrasraman.
you can write your nickname as well, I think.
Okay.
So anything else? Who, maybe someone wants to introduce themselves to us, or someone who will participate maybe in events. Another thing, I will put in the chat a link, so which you will have to fill out. We're not going to publish all this kind of information. This is just for us. So I'm going to send you the link. Please open it, so after the event you can fill it out, and we're going to appreciate it. So anything else? That there's something? Varbūt kāds vēl grib kaut ko teikt, varbūt grib sasveicināties. Vai tas būs viss?
Maybe if some of our guests would like to say a few words about themselves or introduce themselves, we would be happy as well. So we know the general idea about you. We already talked about ourselves a little bit previously. So if you feel comfortable, you can add something as well.
So don't be shy.
Okay, I have a question for Agnese then. Where are you driving?
Es vedu savu māsu. Es esmu pie stūres un vedu māsu.
Okay, drive safely.
Ko es vēl gribēju teikt? Man ir prieks par jūsu projektu. Apsveicu jūs ar to. Jūs iesniedzat, varējāt, un atbalstīšu jūs šajā projekta laikā.
Labi, paldies.
Un noteikti piedalīšos arī kaut kādās projekta aktivitātēs, tad, kad man būs iespēja un laiks.
Paldies.
Agnese told us that she's very happy about the project and that you participated and took place today here in this evening. Elizabete, tev mikrofoniņš izslēgts.
Tik daudz izstāstīju. Labi. Thank you all for participating, and paldies par piedalīšanos. Thank you all for taking time in Friday evening to join us and hear about our project. Paldies, ka atvēlējāt laiku piekdienas vakarā piedalīties šajā atklāšanas pasākumā. Protams, ja mēs būtu visi klātienē, tas būtu daudz svinīgāk, tas būtu tiešām kā atklāšanas pasākums. And of course, if it would be in person, then it would be as a real opening event. But sadly, due to the COVID situation, it's not possible. And let's hope that everything will be better. The world will be healthy soon. And let's be all together, even if we're away. Būsim visi kopā, pat ja mēs esam tālu viens no otra.
Take the vaccine if you have an opportunity. It will end sooner. Inshallah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
Goodbye. Follow future events.
Tell your friends about us.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I will tell all of my friends.
Thank you.
About this course. Okay. Okay. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.